so stoned. Oh, it's so lovely in here in the bong water zone. Impossible to go to bed. I don't wanna say goodbye, but I don't wanna stay. I don't wanna work, but I gotta get paid. So I get stoned, 'cause I know the bong water zone is better than heaven, better than home. 'Cause when I'm there, I'm never alone. Oh, it's so lovely in here in the bong water zone. This house is a cage and the bed is a tomb, and the ceiling fan is stirring all the energy in the room. My friends are all awake and they're all alone, and I need to go home, but I think I'm gonna stay a little longer, 'cause I love you so much and I need you so bad, and I want you so bad, and I love you so much, but I gotta go home.
Good evening, everyone. I hope you guys are having a good time. We're back. We got a new camera placement. It's just moving over just a hair. Hope you guys are doing good. We got some shit to do today.
But I gotta go.
Alright. Let's get working on some shit. So, let's a little bit of housekeeping. You know, you guys used to be right over there. I'm used to looking over there. And there's been a change. My chair is well, the old chair is fucked, but it's good because I now have a full-on fucking lazy boy chair to lounge in when I'm making stuff. Downside, well, so the desk that I have, right? So most people, their computer desk is just a flat fucking surface and four legs, right? Well, this is like a fucking legal desk. I got it for free, and I was just like, fuck it, it's a big ass desk, let's do it. Well, like the leg space is like this, and like the whole like desk is like fucking massive. So these two big ass filing drawers on either side mean that I can't put the fucking chair under the desk, and it's a little irritating, but it is a very comfy chair, and it is a recliner, and the foot thing actually goes up enough so that if I want to actually go to sleep, which I have actually done a couple times, I can do that at at my desk. which is beneficial sometimes just for a little nap here and there. Um, let's see a few other things. So the Tectone Vietnam thing, we are still doing that. There's a problem. There's always a problem, right? The problem is that my graphics card is a gigantic, huge piece of shit. It is absolutely terrible. I can't think of a worse way to describe it outside of it is now no longer in my system necessarily, and I am now running on integrated graphics in order to get some shit done. Um, so it's a mess. There's a replacement coming in, and the reason that that matters is the frame by frame generation and extraction we were doing to use the Arma gameplay in order to make the combat footage. I can do that if I have a GPU that can render that because it's all local shit. So that is still going to happen. I think that whole thing is coming in. I don't know, probably next week sometime. One of you guys has been extraordinarily generous in helping me out with that. Certainly wouldn't have been able to do that out of my own pocket, but thank you guys so much for that. So that's coming in. That's going to be great. I did figure out a solution in order to be able to stream tonight and for a little bit more. Fuck, I keep looking over here and I might just change the camera back to being over there. I'm just right now we're just kind of working with it and seeing what we can do. But I know you guys are actually looking or over there. Yeah, no, the time to upgrade is it's definitely going to be there. And let's see. Um yeah, there's quite a bit that's going on. I know people have questions about Tectone stuff. There's only a few things that I have actual answers on. But I'll address that in just a moment. First, we have a few upgrades as far as AI goes. I'm going to show you what they look like real quick so that you guys can kind of see what we're cooking with. Let me pull this up. And before YouTube fucking bans me for showing this, but we're going to do it. Let's see. Let's do that. We don't need the audio on this. The audio is trash. All right. So, this is part of something that was a project. It's scrapped, and now I have other uses for it. But, gentlemen, we have action and we have combat. In fact, just to make sure that I'm not going to catch a fucking anything from YouTube, I'm going to minimize it just a little bit. We can do action now. And Tectone also isn't going to go out of the thing because it's hilarious to have him in there, and he seems to enjoy it, so why not? You know, here we go. Check this out. We have action. We have kinetic, actual, like, it's so good. We can do some wild, wild stuff now. So, yeah. AI is at the point where action is no longer a thing of the past. AI is now capable of doing action. And this is just me fucking around with it for a little bit. I didn't make anything fucking crazy. You know, I didn't really go to town with it. I just messing with it. We can do some shit with AI now. And there are far more gory sequences that I cut for very obvious reasons. I'm actually going to move you guys back over here because holy shit, I keep looking over to the side and I can't. You guys are like right over here anyways, so let's do that. Put y'all right back there. Okay, cool, excellent. Yeah, no, we can actually do some wild shit with AI. It is now extremely possible to do some mind-blowing things. There's a lot of people that are really playing it safe. There's a lot of stuff that you might have seen and that was using Vidu, Vidu Q3. You might have seen a lot of people doing anime shit with that. A lot of like the anime girls fighting big monsters for whatever fucking appeal that is. I don't fucking understand it. Some girl in a schoolgirl uniform and a fucking katana fighting a big ass monster. Anyways, if that's your thing, that's cool. But there's a lot of people that are doing it, and everybody is playing it safe. So I wanted to not play it safe, and I have a lot of sequences that are far gorier and far gnarlier than what I showed you. That was just cut to be what I assumed would be the safest that I could reasonably play. So, AI doesn't understand body mechanics. You are correct, but we're getting there. We are getting there. So, yeah, the thing is, there's so many people that do AI and they want to do the safe thing. I want to push it to the limit. What can AI really do? And then I want to show you guys what AI can actually do. Because for everybody that does AI shit, you don't know how capable it is. I'm about to show you another thing that's going to blow your fucking mind here in just a minute as to how we can create 3D shit and go fucking wild. Um, you needed to see the Lego on the mic anyways? Yeah. Yeah, that's true. The it's still Christmas one. I'll see if I can get a replacement for it. Um, but yeah, it's a good time. There's a lot of improvements. Higgs field has gotten a lot of improvements. It is now at 1.5. It's a lot of aspect ratios and stuff like that. It's better. So there's quite a bit that's going on. It's pretty good. Outside of that, so just to kind of catch people up on what has happened since I last streamed and now. So when I stopped streaming, I was fully intent upon getting film with some of you guys playing Arma and recording you guys playing Arma, doing various things, and we did that as a community for a week or so, and in order to get some footage and kind of see what we can do to like make work, right? And I still have a lot of the footage. The problem is that my graphics card started dying pretty quick. So by the time I was, at the point of like, okay, I need to start actually rendering these. My graphics card was to the point where Arma Reforger I could play at 1280 by 720 at 50% 3D resolution with all the options on low in windowed mode. That's how bad my graphics card got, and that was a 4070 Ti. Like, it's bad. It's really fucking bad. So that's why I was in Discord VC so often. It was for Arma footage. Yeah, but we were also hanging out and, talking and having a good time. And I do plan on being in Discord every now and then if people want to, shoot the shit. We also worked on a few things. We did the truck nuts episode. We did that in Discord. So there's actually quite a bit that happens in Discord if that's something that you guys want to participate in. So after all of that, that started a pretty hardcore spiral in my mind, and yeah, it's trying to reverse that fucking tailspin has been significant, and I know that it's been a lot, and I'm at the point where all right, we're gonna just get back to it. We're gonna try and make some fun shit and have a good time, see what we can come up with. But I also know that in doing so and not getting back up on my feet as fast as I could, that has financially ruined what I got going on. So yeah, we are riding the $1.33 train until Kick. I think I get like $60 from Kick or whatever on the first, and then we're gonna figure out how far we can go on rice, and that's kind of the plan now. As long as power company doesn't fucking intervene. But regardless, I fucked that up. We're gonna keep going though. We're not gonna stop our development. I have quite a few things in place to make sure that we don't skip again. Rice with bananas. You know what? I would include the banana part, but my girlfriend unfortunately is violently allergic to bananas, so can't really do that. You can go a long way on rice. I know. I know. I just I don't know. I've managed to do pretty good on potatoes, so downgrading from potatoes down to rice, it's like don't really want to do it, but we'll figure it out. Okay. So there's a few things that I want to talk about before we get into the core of what we're making today. And today, we are making our Nux music video. So we're making a Nux music video that's intended to kind of be an intro for him if he so chooses, but also just to have fun with it. You know what I mean? For me, it's Tectone, Nux, and Donut, I think, that have been the most gracious um, personalities, at least that are large personalities, that have chosen to watch a considerable number of my videos. And it's kind of a, kind of a thank you, but also kind of just having fun with it. Truck Nuts, that was a lot of fun. I had a great time with that. But now we're going to go next level with the Nux episode. So, or the Nux music video. We'll see what we can do. And check Venmo. I will check in just a moment. I want to talk about real quick. I want to talk about Suno. If it's ketamine based, he won't use it as an intro. I got it to not be ketamine based, and I will show you guys the songs that I have going. But here's what I got. Let's see the changes in Suno, because these are kind of a big deal. These changes are a big fucking deal, guys. All right, so Suno. Let's go to liked and let's take a look at this. And then let's do sample. Okay, so we can sample songs in Suno. Actually, you know what? Let's do a sample of this, because that's actually going to be better. It's not going to be copyrighted. Okay. And contrary to popular belief, so I don't want to approach this. So we have three things that you can do now with Suno. You have inspiration, where you can have 4 tracks or an entire playlist as inspiration for a song. And it's pretty fucking on point with how it's inspired. It'll take notes, chord structure, all sorts of shit, dude. It's pretty fucking wild what you can do with inspiration, but it's not going to be exactly what you want. Then you have mashup, and mashup will take 2 songs, it'll blend them together, and the way that it does it is going to also determine what lyrics you take from which songs. And I'll show you kind of what that sounds like in a minute with Ketamine Dreamin' and the Nux song. So I'll show you guys what that sounds like. And then we have sample. Now, for those that don't know what samples are a way of taking a small snippet from a song and using that as inspiration, or as something that's going to be repeated in a track. For example, let's say you wanted to take a line from Biggie, right? And you wanted to have a verse that he says, and you want to sample that, and you want to have that, play in the background of an EDM track or whatever. That's a sample, right? You're taking a sample of somebody's voice, of drum kicks or whatever, and then you're putting that in your song, and you're able to do quite a bit. It's really, really cool. And yes, Josh, I will read it. So we can tune what we want to actually listen to on this. And I'm not gonna force you guys to listen to this, because it's it's a little much, but I am gonna let you guys listen to, well, I guess we might as well. It was this one, right? All right, I'm gonna turn it down. So this is me experimenting with trying to get hard kicks. So I was able to get that, right? And so I took that as a sample, and I said, okay, now let's use that same style and whatever, and let's go hard with it, and let's make a song that is actually going to use that. So in this way, let's say you're trying to do a dubstep, and the dubstep that it makes is absolute dog shit. You can use samples in order to get the kicks or the drops or whatever that you're wanting. It's actually kind of amazing. They put you in a home for a bit? No, I'm not that old either. So I was able to get something like this, and it's not everyone's cup of tea. I'm very aware. Up-tempo, hardcore, not for everybody. But the difference is, I was able to get something that sounds less AI than most EDM tracks do. Like, I was able to actually achieve that through samples, and it's actually really fucking cool that I can do that. You turn it up a bit? Here, I'll turn it up a little bit. Sorry. Now, I can promise you, you're not going to get that through prompting. There is no fucking way in shit that any AI model is ever going to get that through prompting. And this is this is me taking things to an extreme, right? I am choosing a fast-paced genre with really intense, really aggressive, really distorted shit in it. And I am teaching it what I want and how I want it to create music, right? But it's not capable of getting that just on its own. It needs a sample, it needs reference, it needs more. And you can argue, okay, we'll just let Suno listen to fucking everything. But that's not necessarily when you can do that. It's wild what we can do when you just give it a little something, a little reference, a little training. And I think that this kind of goes to, well, why don't we just let people train on anything? I don't know. Copyright is fucking stupid. I do think that people shouldn't be able to, I guess necessarily, I don't know. Some things that's complicated for another fucking day. But Suno, they got an update. I'm pretty sure we're going to see a new model, maybe 5.5, maybe 5 plus. I don't know, but I get a feeling we're going to get a new model probably within the next 2 months. But there are absolutely some new tools that are fantastic for that. Suno is also excellent at for video stuff, and I'll show you what that sounds like in just a minute as to how to use that. But yeah, that's Suno, and that's the update there. And now we are on to one of my favorite things that has been released. Guys, I don't know how to explain how mind-blowing what I'm about to show you is. I don't think anyone is really ready for what I'm about to show you, because this is genuinely next level. This isn't some clickbait shit. This isn't trying to, talk up something that's not. This is actually genuinely next level, okay? This lets you create 3D spaces you can walk around with object permanence. That doesn't sound impressive. I'm going to show you the demo. We're going to walk around for 60 seconds, and then I'm going to explain why it's so fucking important. This is the craziest fucking thing that is going to hit not necessarily games yet, but this is going to 100% change video. Absolutely. Can we still use Tectone AI? We can use it. Of course we can. I didn't cancel them at all. No, I didn't fucking cancel it. So I have my environment. We're going to have Tectone walking around in Genshin Impact. So we got that. And we have our description, and it's very basic. It's very, very basic words, very, very basic description. I'm not doing anything fucking crazy with it. So, yeah, this is wild. Sora didn't ban his face. I don't use Sora. Sora is for dumb motherfuckers. I'm sorry to say. Sora injects way too much extra shit into your prompt. It is utterly, and it's also way too restrictive. It is utterly unusable in any way, shape, or form for anything of value. If you want to use it for short-term memes because, you want to remake fucking Family Guy, I mean, cool, use Sora all you want. I don't give a fuck. But if you want to actually make content with it, that's not where it's at. It's trash. It's TikTok, AI, social media garbage. It is terrible. Anyways. All right, first off, let's look at our scene. Let's look at our scene really quick. We have our character Tectone. We have WestJet saying to buy your nuts. And we have a truck nut store with a lobster girl in it inside of Genshin Impact. This is the image that has been created by Nano Banana. Okay? So understand this first image that was created, this is Nano Banana. And now I'm going to click create world. And this is live. Oh, you fucking piece of shit. You dumb cocksucker. This worked. This literally worked. I showed a few of you guys and fucking like I showed a few of you guys how to do it. I'm gonna give me a minute. Give me a minute. All right, create world. I think I just took too long to click create world. All right. So this is this is real time. Okay, I am actually controlling this, trying to make him jump. He's not jumping. But understand, it knows where Truck Nuts is. It's keeping the characters consistent. It's keeping the sign of buy your nuts. Okay, this is very simple. I'm not doing anything crazy or advanced with my prompt. This is just very simple. That's not a door I can enter. I can make it so that all buildings are enterable. I think that has an interior if I have the time to get to it. Okay. So, listen. So many people are going to focus on one thing. They're going to focus on the fact that it looks like shit. Doesn't matter that it looks like shit. Why is this impressive? Why is this really impressive? This is really impressive because, first off, it does give us a glimpse. It absolutely gives us a glimpse that we're going to be able to generatively make our own games. And that's going to be awesome. And people are then going to play games for ideas instead of, you know, it's fucking whoever, right? You can actually make your own shit. Now, what's really important to understand is that this is taking a Nano Banana Pro image and it's creating a 3D space with object permanence. It remembered where that truck nut store was, and I could go back to it at any time. What's the number one thing that we see in videos that always sucks fat dick? The number one thing that we see in videos that sucks fat dick is it doesn't have object permanence. And the reason we don't have object permanence with current AI is because it's basically just generating image after image. It's not doing anything of value outside of just doing image by image, frame by frame, basically, like Stable Diffusion on fucking crack. Now this is creating a 3D space so then you can understand where things are in the world. That is incredibly important because you can understand in the scene where Truck Nuts the store is. Right? And let's say that we create an expanded universe of all of this shit, of all the Menace Crew stuff and where everything is. You could reasonably start to explain and add waypoints and markers as to where things kind of are in this world. So then when you are creating a video, you're not creating some trash like this, right? You're creating a 3D space where the AI can go around and work as a director to understand the space of where things are. And let's say, hypothetically, you put down an object on a table or on a 3D space, it'll understand that 3D space. It's pretty fucking wild that is what we can do. Since when can you play around in a scene like a game? As of yesterday, I think it was yesterday. So it's Project Genie. Google just made it public to everybody that is at the Ultra tier. Probably in a month or two, they're going to make it available to everybody. But RIP Game Development, In my personal opinion, I don't see game development being something that people are going to be doing in the traditional sense within the next 5 years. I don't think that's going to happen unless there's a solar flare that causes, every data center to explode simultaneously and thus deleting AI from existence. I don't see I don't see game development continuing as it does. If it can export the world to an engine, someone can add battle systems and such thereafter. So so here's the caveat with it, right? So you're correct. You're correct in that the and you know what? Let's create a new world. Let's who should we do? Let's do Goblin Nux. Let's do Goblin Nux running around New York City. Let's do that. Uh Scene is in New York City, outside of Trump Tower with a tunnel leading to a secret Jew super cave for Mossad spies. All right, let's see what it does. You give it longer than 5 years, though. We'll see. Okay, so here's the thing. All right, so tech guy, real quick, tech guy, let me address what you said. Can it export? So in the research model, you had 20 minutes to explore. Look at this. We're about to. This is going to be great. Okay, so in the research model, you could export. You could actually export your models, and it was 20 minutes of exploration. Now that it's to the public, you can do 60 seconds and you can save it as a video, and that's it. But yeah, it's a fucking time. Another day of peeking behind the curtain. Yeah, absolutely. So it's wild. How have I been? I've been okay. All right. So let's take a look at Nux walking around New York City by Trump Tower, and there's supposed to be a tunnel that leads to a Jew super cave for Mossad spies. Let's see if it actually understood the prompt. 60-second is an amazing increase from 8 to 12 seconds. Don't confuse this with video. This is not video. This isn't video at all, right? Don't think of this as video. This is creating a real-time 3D space with object permanence. Fuck. I didn't save my prompt. New York City, um, near Times Square. A tunnel is nearby that leads to an underground Israeli intelligence agency and a KFC restaurant. I always fuck spelling that up. And then we'll put Nux. Okay. I think it was saying that it was a Jew cave that it didn't want it to do, but I tried Yapper. Nope, I have not. The fact that they can allow public to play this means they are making lots of progress too. Dude, understand that if we can do oh, oh god. Oh, is all right, let's see. Can it make it happen? Can it make this happen? Oh god, it looks like it's working. Well, there's a lot of oh, it lost itself there. All right, that's fine. That's fine. The KFC didn't really matter. Let's go back out. Oh, there's a KFC advertisement. Very cool. Very interesting. Oh, KFC, I guess, runs fucking New York. So yeah, just understand this is not just making a a this is making 3D models on the fly. This is creating worlds on the fly. Like I, I don't know how to stress just how impressive it is that it is creating a 3D world just like that that you are walking around and interacting with. And again, this isn't important necessarily for game development, although it gives you a glimpse that game development is fucking wild, right? And it's gonna get crazy with this. What this is showing you and what this is going to be used for is absolutely going to be for video development, right? So think about it understands that okay, you can go down into the tunnel. Okay? So it understands what objects are above, what objects are below because it's creating this 3D map of this space that you want to be in. And so it can understand camera movements and where things are supposed to be and where things are going. And you're not having random doors that are, you're opening and closing a million fucking times or you're opening a closed door. Like all of that stuff is going to go away because everything is going to have a place in a world that you can interact with. This is fucking wild what you can do. You like add you there's a lot of you can honestly if here's the limit. Here's the limit. Your imagination and only objects that can move. You can't have them interact with anything and the most you can do is jump. Let me show you let's do another example. Let's do another example. We'll do one more and then we'll get into our development. Let's see here. What are we gonna do? Let's do Jim. Okay, so Jim, we have Jim. Jim is driving a rusted out 1970s Impala that is missing the roof. Okay, so that's our character. That's what our character is going to be doing. Um, uh, beat up trailer park. That looks like some um a real stupid uh person made because I have to word things for Google, right? Real stupid person made uh tried to make it look like Star Wars with cardboard. Lots of fat guys in frog suits are around and a marijuana field is nearby. In the distance, you can see uh, a few plateaus. I can't. There's an A in there. I fucked that up, didn't I? Of Texas. All right, let's do this. And then you know what? We're gonna make it first person. So we're making a first person game about Jim driving a 1970s Impala that doesn't have a roof through a beat up trailer park that looks like some dumbass tried to make it look like Star Wars. Let's see what we get. Oh, Asobi. Yeah, thank you. Sorry, I just saw that. Oh, that reminds me, by the way, Oh, oh, oh no. Okay, okay, real quick, real quick. So, if you guys would like to submit any videos for Tectone, he is going to be returning to streaming on Sunday, February 1st. If you are in his Discord, you can put whatever you'd like in the Daily Scramble. And I put the Mizkif one because I think it's funny. I'm not making another Mizkif video because that kind of covers all the bases that needs to be fucking covered anyways. There's no point. Just watch it again. You got everything. Um, but I don't think he's seen Ketamine Dreamin', and I don't know if he has seen Dr. Moist. But if there's any other Tectone related videos that are not the truck nuts on a Cybertruck or it's always been about the money. I know he's absolutely seen those two. I don't think he's seen anything else. He's seen the ad from Code Baldy, but I mean that's kind of it. If you guys want to do that, you certainly can, but it's just something that is always available. That's in the Daily Scramble thread. Anyways, I think we are going to retry that because that's not what I wanted. Oh, motherfucker. Um, he is driving a 1970s Impala that is missing convertible that is rusty. Yeah, that is rusty. Trailer, um, a shitty trailer park. Uh, uh, game is a fuck. What do I want to say? A driving game through a trailer park with fat guys in frog suits throwing beer at each other and a wrestling ring uh, in the middle. A bunch of juggalos are driving around in old pickup trucks. We're gonna see what we can add to this fucking shit show. Uh, it looks like it is in Texas. All right, fuck it. Let's just try that. First person. Cool. Can we do a Tectone legal mindset? Yeah, we might be able to do that. We'll see. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll have a good time with it. Oh, yeah, Josh, that actually got shit canned. That's no longer happening. So, you are correct that that was what it was, but that is actually uh no longer happening. Yeah, there's a lot going on there. Anyways, let's let's see. Let's see what we got. First person driving a 1970s Impala convertible through a trailer park. Let's see what we got. Oh, it was a project commission that I had. Okay, this is a really weird perspective. What is happening? What? What is this? What the fuck? What the fuck is this? Yep. Hi, Jim. What's up, dude? Okay, it's just attached to his character. All right, that's a time. I'm gonna download that because that was wild. All right, cool. Yeah, no, the graphics on that were actually pretty decent, but it is what it is. It was supposed to be a driving game. I did show a couple people that you can indeed do driving, and yeah, let me find the video. Let me find the video of me testing it. Here we go. Yep. So this is another one that I did, and I took the frog, and I was able to actually control the. I was able to control it. It even had physics for like hitting people. So yeah, no, it it could do driving. It could do shit, dude. Like that's the thing. This is an incredibly impressive tech demo. Absolutely beyond impressive with what it can do. I can't think of a cooler fucking thing than this right now. So, with that being said, let's do this. Okay, so I have two versions of the song that I'm working on, and we're now going to work on the Nux music video. Tectone won't be walking through tables anymore. So, okay. So, I guess that brings up a pretty good point. All right, when are we going to see this? Well, chances are pretty fucking high that we're not going to see this in action in any sort of Google product until I'd say, or at least an actual production product, until maybe March or so, maybe April. The reason for that is you got to think about how all of this works, right? And right now, this is no longer in research mode. This is in experiment mode. It's going to go from experiment in order to release, and then people will be able to play, or just in labs. And it'll be available, and it'll be really fucking cool. And so this is most likely going to be something that will fuel the back end of Veo 4, if I had to guess. I think this is something that's going to be in Veo 4, and that's kind of, that's kind of it. Again, 3 months? That's my guess of when this is going to actually have tangible impact. But, okay. So that's that. And now I'm going to show you guys what I've been cooking up. I've been using Premiere today because if I use DaVinci, it shits itself because it doesn't have a GPU. So that's fun. It's fucked. But Alexis, you have been witnessed. I appreciate you, man. All right. So I'm going to show you guys kind of what I have so far. I didn't get very far just because there's been a lot that's been happening, and also haven't been able to because my computer's been fucked up. We will make do until, for another week, but here we go. This is what we got. And I will let you guys listen to this version of the song. We will listen to the alternate version of the song, and then we will begin making our graphics. I also am not going to be doing realistic graphics. I actually have decided to do everything entirely anime. So here we go.
Yeah, I'm Lord Nooks and North. Live and ride, it trust me's more. Turn the chaos into law. Hit record and start the war. Yeah, I'm Lord Nooks and North. Every joke a secret door. If you think you've seen it, all my billies always cry for more. Lord from Nooks and North. I dive into the lore. Fuck, I'm Nooks and North. You don't see my face. Living rent free in your green space. Every hot take like a raid on these safe place. Turn your faith trope to a meme, then I erase. I don't chase. Cloud I attracted. Drop on vid, whole feet goes frantic. Say touch grass, but I plant this. Tonic brain sub bomb. All the billies want more. Lord from nooks and north. Yeah, I'm Lord, nooks and north. Laughing while the chat screams more. Turn the chaos into lore. Hit record and start the war. Yeah, I'm Lord, nooks and north. Every joke a secret door. If you think you've seen it all, my belly's always cry for more. No, from nooks and Hold up, wait a minute, bust that sound. That's me suplexing your career in the ground. Scroll of regrets on my browser tab. Turn every bad take to a golden gag. Click a title, yeah, twist that tag. Watch them all running and then leave just glad. I got lore in the comments, myths in the threads. People write essays about stuff that I said. I just sit tea while the drama spreads. Then drop one joke, everybody plays dead. Everyone is always wanting more. Lord from Lord, looks and all. Yeah, I'm Lord, looks and all. Laughing while the chat screams more. Turn the chaos into law. Hit record and start the war. Yeah, I'm Lord, looks and all. Every joke is seen to go. If you think you've seen it all, my Billy's always cry for more. Stuff from looks and all. KK Crusader. All about that law.
All right, so that's the first. That's one version that we have. Now we have an alternate version that we're going to listen to, and you guys will be able to tell me as to which one sounds better, and then we will make our visuals for it. And there's some adjustments we got to do. We'll figure it out. It's all right. So we have that song already. It's good. I like it, but I wanted something a little different, and so there's an alternate generation, and here it is.
K Crusader.
Yeah, I'm Lord, knocks and lore. Laughing while the chat screams more. Turn the chaos into lore. Hit record and start the war. Yeah, I'm Lord, knocks and lore. Every joke a secret door. If you think you've seen it all, my Billy's always cry for more. Away from knocks and lore. Knocks and lore. Knocks and lore. Dive into the lore. Fuck, I'm Luxembourg. You don't see my face, living rent free in your brain space. Every hot take, like a raid in your safe place. Turn your fave trope to a meme, then I erase. I don't chase clout, I attract it. Drop one vid, whole feed goes frantic. Say touch grass, but I plant this tiny brain cell bomb. All the Billies want more. Lore from Luxembourg. Yeah, I'm Lord Luxembourg. Laughing while the chat screams more. Turn the chaos into lore. Hit record and start the war. Yeah, I'm Lord Luxembourg. Every joke a secret door. If you think you've seen it all, my Billy's always cry for
All right, you guys like the first one. We're going with the first one. Perfect. Okay. So, new project. God, this is going to be expensive. It's fine. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Okay. All right, so first things for, let's see. All right, cool. What the fuck? Dude, this shit's blowing up. Okay, real quick. Before I Okay, so before I really continue, because I think there's a lot of people that need to understand a few things about, real quick, I'm not going to take a whole lot of time. I am going to talk about the tectone thing because it does need to be talked about. It does need to be discussed so that people understand exactly what's going on. And I am going to be referencing my own tweet so that I can show you guys what the fuck is happening. Okay, so listen, whatever your opinion is, I'm not here to explain why, you should believe one thing or the other in regards to what you think about what was in the transcripts, right? I'm not going to try and change your mind about any of that. All I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to talk about some facts. And these are important facts to understand so that you have all the information. And a lot of people really need to know this. And I'm sure that Tectone is going to go over a little bit about this, but there's a lot that he can't. And a lot of this is just stuff that I've noticed. And it really needs to be talked about. So, first things first, understand that I believe Tectone wanted this to be private. Pink clearly did not. So the first chain of events that we're really going to talk about, and I'm only talking about stuff that's happened, in the whole drama sphere. Everything that happened in their personal life is their personal life. I don't care about that. That's them. That's a very, personal thing that they went through. That's very much their thing. I don't care about any of that. I'm not talking about any of that. I am going to be talking about the actions of people and how you can judge the facts based on the actions of people. So first things first, Tectone didn't invite anybody to be at the court proceedings. Maybe he had some friends here and there, but they didn't fucking talk about it. Pink invited Mizkif. So Pink specifically invited Mizkif and his mod to be there, which was a closed hearing that the public was not supposed to be at. His mod decided to take notes and also recorded the video of Tectone leaving the courthouse and decided to talk about what happened in the court. And what really was talked about was the opinion of the mod that was in there and tried to describe things in a negative light. Now, why would Pink bring somebody like Mizkif in? And there's no way she didn't fucking know who Mizkif was and what he fucking does. So clearly she brought him on board. And she did that for one purpose, because there's only one purpose to bring in Mizkif, especially when it relates to Tectone. That's for life ruination tactics. Okay? So, first thing, really important, understand that. So, she invited Mizkif and his mod. His mod showed up, and they took notes. So that was on Friday, is when Mizkif had his stream where he went through those notes and was talking shit and was showing text messages, DMs, and all of that. Which should tell everybody, don't ever deal with Mizkif, because he's just going to leak everything that you ever do anyways when he decides he doesn't like you. You don't do that, and you just don't do that. Okay, so that's the first thing that happened. The second is that when the court made all the documents public, all the documents are public except for Pink's medical records. Those were sealed. And those were the only things that were sealed, and nothing else was sealed, only her medical records. And you also can tell that Mizkif and Pink have been in contact, because whenever Mizkif would show the documents, he did not redact Tectone's name and information. He only redacted Pink's information. It's really important to notice that that's what happened. There is clearly communication between Pink and Mizkif with the intent of smearing Tectone as much as possible. Now, whether you believe the accusations or not is entirely up to you. Just understand the people that are talking about it, for the most part, especially on that side of the aisle, they are people that are doing it with malicious intent and going down the route of life ruination. Okay? So understand, that's really, really important. A lot of people read the documents available with inexperienced eyes. Tectone wasn't convicted. This was a PO or, a restraining order, protective order, that sort of hearing. That is a very low burden of proof. And what does that mean? That means that somebody could choose to say, somebody touched my shoulder, they assaulted me. Okay? So now that allegation, you don't need any proof. You can just say it. And the other person has to come up with a monumental amount of proof as to why that was not sexual assault, that wasn't regular assault, or whatever the case may be. That is the sort of world that you live in when you deal with protective orders and restraining orders. So understand that when you go into court and you're trying to do that sort of thing, the victim has a huge benefit of the doubt. And most of the time when you do civil case or you do a criminal case, the burden of proof is beyond a reasonable doubt, right? You have to believe beyond a reasonable doubt that something was wrong. And that was the case with like Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. That was very much a case that got proved without a reasonable doubt that something was amiss. Because if they didn't come to that conclusion, then well, she'd be uh, exonerated. So they, and they found her guilty in that case. But understand that that's really, really important to understand is that this does not need something to be proved without a reasonable doubt. The judge can make up her own mind, his own mind, whatever. So there's that. Legal Mindset then talked about it, and he got hate despite remaining, in my opinion, I believe that he was relatively impartial. I believe that he was extraordinarily fair. And he did state his biases up front. I believe he was fair. Then people started going after Legal Mindset for talking about it as though more people clearly they only want their certain people to talk about it, and when other people are talking about it they want to go nuclear on them, so they went nuclear on Legal Mindset. I think he's doing fantastic, and it is wild that they are doing that. Now we get to the next segment where Pink is now upset that Legal Mindset talked about it, and she is now regretting weaponizing this because it is blowing back on her. She is trying to talk shit about getting the authorities involved, even though he was 100% legal in what he did. He didn't do anything illegal in reading the transcripts or the court documents. None of that was illegal. And he, I mean, it's wild what people have come up with, and also not understanding him and thinking long PP is a reference to his dick when it refers to PowerPoint and is a inside joke, just like a USB dongle is a joke. That also got somebody fired from their job because someone was upset and thought they were being sexually harassed at a tech conference. And they said that when two guys in front of her were talking about USB dongles and were not talking to her in any way, shape, or form, she said they were being sexual, and both of them got fired. I think both of them. I know at least one of them did. So that was fun. But she's regretting it because it's blowing back. She initiated the life ruination through Mizkif, and he was presenting all of Tectone's information and redacting her information. People then got access to the court documents. People are looking at the court documents. They're saying her information. She's now upset that people saw that. She thinks that everything was sealed when it was just her medical records, and it's just a mess. She initiated life ruination, and by doing so, a victim doesn't typically do that, right? If you're truly innocent of something, or if you truly were a victim, especially of something like this, you wouldn't want that to be open to the public. You wouldn't, I know I wouldn't. I know I would want it to be, if something was committed against me or whatever the case may be, I know I wouldn't want that to be public. So she wanted it to be very public. And you reap what you sow. This is 100% her fault. She wanted this. She invited Ms. Kiff on purpose with all of with that as the intent. Now, as to the rest of the case, what does that tell me, and what do I need to know about it? Well, all I need to know is the fact that she invited Ms. Kiff for life ruination. Therefore, everything that she says is suspect at best. I have no reason to believe anything that she has to say because she's doing this for clout or whatever the case may be. But yeah, it's she fucked around and she is finding out. Absolutely. I'm now going to look at chat. I apologize. I just want to look at that so I didn't get fucking sidetracked. Like you guys know I fucking do. But yes, she wanted the victimization of everybody. She wanted to absolutely do that. And it is beyond disgusting what she has chosen to do. But let's just, all you got to know is, in my opinion, like, look, You can make up your own mind about the documents if that's something you want to get into. Personally, I don't care. I don't want to know the details of the document. I don't want to know the details of the case. That's a personal thing between two people, and it's about a sexual relationship between two people. I don't care to know about that, but if that's something that you need to know, just understand the burden of proof was really fucking low, and she started this shit on purpose, which means that she wanted to ruin Tectone far more than just this case being gone through. The judge was an activist judge. She handed a far harsher sentence than is ever needed for something like this. But just understand that Pink wanted life ruination, and she is now regretting that choice. And Mizkif is not holding back and is still going harder because as soon as you open that door, that's it. It's the same reason why Asmongold always talks about why life ruination is not the way forward. Because as soon as you start fucking around like that, as soon as you open the door to really destroying somebody, it doesn't end. It doesn't end. It always ends. Well, okay, it doesn't end until something usually tragic happens. It's bad. It's really bad. The other thing to also take away from all of this, and please, gentlemen, please understand this point very, very clearly. If a girl says she's into CNC, ditch it. I don't care how hot she is. I don't care about anything. I don't care how much money she has. It doesn't matter at all. If a girl says she's into CNC, run the fuck away. I know I personally have seen quite a few friends in the past get into those sorts of relationships. It ends this same way every single time. They are always into it. Okay? They're always into it in the moment. And then you'll get into a place where your relationship isn't so hot and spicy and new. And then the regret comes in. And that's when they say, yeah, I didn't consent to any of that. And they pull it all back. Now, whether that's true or not, I don't know. I'm not going to ask. It's not my place to ask. It's not my place to understand. CNC stands for consensual non-consent. It is a girl that has fantasies of being forced. So anybody that's like that, I know there's a lot of people, that are into kinks like that, and that's fine, but don't act on it. Just don't do it for your own safety and your own sanity. Don't fucking do it. Please don't, because it will always end horribly. That was an immediate field of red flag. Oh yeah, that's an entire planet of red flag. Now, can they be fun? Wildly. But there's so much afterwards that is I haven't seen anybody that has enjoyed themselves that much, but also had their lives ruined so completely and utterly. So just don't do it. The hot crazy matrix is real. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. 100%. Even if it's your one, yeah, absolutely. The old mantra is never stick your dick in crazy for a reason. Yeah, I would say that don't stick your dick in crazy. OnlyFans girls or cosplayers. I think that's probably the I think that kind of covers as long as you stick to those rules, your life will probably be fine. uh, so yeah, it's one of those things. And if listen, if someone's doing OnlyFans, you're not the only person they're fucking. Who you kidding? Like it's not worth it. Anyways, with all that being said, let's take a look. Let's take a look at how we're gonna do next. So the problem that I have with this, let me turn this down really quick for you guys because it's going to be really fucking loud. Otherwise, we're going to be repeating stuff a lot. The cosplay girls are so hot. Yeah, they are. But that's why you just rub one out. That's it. That's all you got to do. I promise they're so much worse. They're so much worse than you could possibly imagine in person. If you really want to, just rub one out. And then you're good. Your post nut clarity should take care of it, right? Just that's all you got to do. Oh, you know what? There is one other person I want to talk about. There is one other person. Actually, where's this stupid cunt? Where's this stupid fucking cunt? This one. Okay, I don't know who the fuck this is. I genuinely don't know who this stupid cunt is, but she's here trying to flex a Ruger 1911. Okay? This dumb bitch is trying to flex a Ruger 1911 on Tectone because he can't own guns right now. To be perfectly honest, if my choices were own a Ruger 1911, never own guns again, I would choose to never own guns again because that fucking mim cast piece of shit is so fucking awful that there is you can never trust it. It's fucking garbage. But this dumb bitch, and there's been quite a few that have tried to flex their guns and tried to say, oh, Tectone, look, I can own this. It's like, I would rather not own guns than have this shit stick. She looks like she smells like burnt rubber. I guarantee that is probably the nicest way to ever say that what this bitch smells like. It is. Ooh, she looks fucking disgusting. She looks like the type of person when you walk into her house, it smells like somebody left tuna in a can to mold for 3 years. I guarantee that this bitch just smells moldy, rank, and just beyond foul. Blue Waffle, I think, would be an upgrade to this. Like, holy shit, dude. Show the other. Yeah, let me find that fucking cuck real quick. Skunk hair? Yeah, absolutely. Who the fuck was that stupid clown? Let me find it. Look in replies. Oh, it's gonna be buried under all this fucking garbage. Give me 1 second. Let me find it. Yeah. This fucking clown. This guy. This guy. Hey, listen, Tectone, if you ever fucking hear this, trust me, dude, you did the right thing by blocking this fucking moose knuckle. First off, holy shit. There's a lot to unpack. There's so much to unpack in this fucking trash. First off, I guarantee this dude lied on a 4473. There's no fucking way that this dude actually told the truth on a 4473. This guy has mental issues. Not only does he have a fucking eyebrow piercing, he's got a nose piercing as well. So you know that he's a fucking piece of shit. Then you just look at his room and you can tell that he has to live with his mom. He absolutely has to live with his mom. That is his childhood bedroom that he hasn't grown up from in any way, shape, or form. He has the shittiest fucking revolver I've ever fucking seen, and a Glock. It looks like a Glock clone. What the fuck is, I don't know what that is. If that is a real Glock, he had to have Cerakoted it matte black or painted it matte black or something. That doesn't look like a real fucking Glock. That looks like a piece of shit. And the fact that people are flexing these, why is his neck so massive? I don't know. He has a really tiny little head. He looks like a just total fucking clown. But this guy, he absolutely has mental problems. This guy shouldn't own guns. Just look at his room. The fact that you have that in your room and that's what you have. You don't want to know what I have in my room? You want to know what I have in this very room? And the only thing that I have in this room that is a plushie in any way, shape, or form, let me show you. I, I have a plushie lobster because I think it's funny. And my girlfriend thought it would be funny. So that's what I have. I don't have Pokemon littering everything in pictures on my fucking ceiling of what? Shitty art? Listen, why would Tectone be upset over not owning guns? Okay, I would be upset about not owning guns, but that's because I know it's good. This guy doesn't know what's good. This guy is a fucking idiot. That is disgusting. If those are the sorts of guns that you own, sell them, start over, because this is not something you want to own. This is terrible. This is terrible. He looks like a twink Christian. Yeah, I believe that. Yeah, absolutely. You'd be very upset if these were the only two guns that you owned. Yeah, I know. Yeah, you want to know what you flex with? If you get to that fucking point, and I'm gonna go easy. I'm not gonna do all the images. I fucking promise. It's not gonna go through all the images. I'm only gonna do one. I'm only gonna do one, and it's not even gonna be the most fucking hardcore, or the most impressive one. You want to know what you want to flex with? Yeah, you flex with something like that. Like, hey, look, I can own guns, you can't. That's what you flex with. You don't flex with a fucking shitty bodyguard revolver and a fucking Glock clone. Like, yeah, fucking Nighthawk. Like, hey, Tectone, that's what you do. You flex with something that is a flex. You don't flex with trash. You don't ever fucking do that. The favors I would do for that P226. Listen, buddy, if you ever get a 226 Legion, I'll hook you up with the guy that can get the slide done right, and then the rest of it, it's just armory craft internals to make it shoot like a fucking champion. That's all you need. Shouldn't flex, to be honest. Listen, you shouldn't flex, to be honest, but if somebody needs to be flexed on, or you want to flex on somebody, do it with something impressive. Don't do it with something like a scar without an optic. Like, please, just do it right. Do it right. Let's hear the song again, maybe once or twice. Yeah. Did you ever get? Yeah. You need to use 226 Legion. Yeah. Yeah, I really want an X5 Legion. They're so fun. Listen, the 226 is my all-time favorite handgun. It's so good. They shoot so well. I fucking love them. Okay. So, let's do yeah, just listen. It's not gonna get myself in trouble. I can flex guns. I got guns. I got all sorts of shit, dude. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to address a few things with some dumb shit that's happening, but it's fine. We don't need to worry about it. Okay, Nux, let's do this. Let's get this shit working. We're gonna do we're gonna do Chad Nux, and we're gonna work on our scenes. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of that because I don't want to see that fucking asshole's face again. Okay. Let me see here. Your first gen MMP. Yeah, MMPs are pretty fucking good. Okay. Where is... All right, so Nux has a car. Nux has a new car. So we do have that. He no longer has the Bagel Mobile. I believe he will be very grateful for not having the Bagelmobile. But Nux has a new car. It is a Saab. I know, off the wall choice. Some of the what really got me thinking about Saab is really going to be. I want something different. I want something unique. And I got to thinking about rally cars and how awesome the Saab 9.3 used to be. You did not like Techie being the Berserk dude? Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Yeah, very off the wall. I wanted to be off the wall with my car selection, but this is not a Saab 9.3. This is a Saab Sonnet 3. So I think it looks really fucking cool. I think it looks wild. A 9.3 turbo, dude. 9.3s are so fucking cool. Saabs, in my opinion, in some ways, they're a little underrated. I think they're great base cars to really build something gnarly off of. And I think a lot of people sleep on a Saab. Just saying. But you know, there's not a there's not a lot of good ones. But a car that made Subaru and Mitsubishi work hard to surpass. Yeah, it's they're fucking cool. They're really cool. Like I don't know. I want something different. I want something unique. I want something special. You know. And who the fuck is? How many people are gonna actually recognize what the fuck a Saab is these days? They don't. They have zero market share, as far as I know. Like most, you got to be kind of a car guy to understand or know what what Saab is for the most part. A bit, or I guess older. I guess. You so used to the lack of streams, you missed everything. Nah, don't worry about it. You're good, dude. You live seeing the old RX-7. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. And like everyone's gonna understand a fucking nine. Like they're gonna understand. Like originally, I was thinking of Volvo, and I was thinking, that's too gay. He's not gonna no Volvo. And then I was trying to get a 9.3, but I was trying to do it rally, and it wasn't doing rally. And then I saw the Sonnet 3, and I'm like, dude, that's a sick fucking car. I don't know if it ever got produced, but you know, it is what it is. GM bought Saab out. Oh man, yeah, that makes sense. He drives a Tesla, so gay car fits. An electric fucking Volvo, maybe. Saab basically pulled out of the audio industry 20 years ago. Half the audience is barely that old. Yeah, that's fair. I don't know. I thought they had a cool thing going, and I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, I also think that they were one of the few people that were giving Subaru a run for their money. But the diesel wagon Volvo, yeah, that's true. That's fucking true. Aviation and military division. Yeah, I know the aviation military division still exists. Don't they make the Tornado or whatever the fuck the Euro Cucks use? I think it's still. I think that's. I know. Well, I don't know if they're making helicopters either. I know they have a jet that they make. Just like Rolls Royce used to make jets. Shit, I totally fucking forget what that was. Whatever, doesn't matter. Okay, the Gripen. Yeah. Yeah, I knew that they made something still, but yeah, cars. It is what it is. Okay. Also, the other thing too is I did have to redo the Texone Lotta because of the Mythic removal. So we had to remove Mythic from there. So I bet some old yeah. So it's fucking cool. All right, let's do our new project. So we have Nux. Where do we want him to be standing in our first scene? So let's listen to what we're gonna have here in the beginning. And I could probably change ketamine to K Crusader or something like that. Right. So where do we want him to be standing? Like what do we want him to be doing? Where's he at? The old Mazda RX-3s? Yeah. Yeah, they do. Tornado was the salt. Oh, okay. Where do we want Nux? You want to just reuse the standing in front of a bagel store? I like where you're going with it. I like it. but we also want it to be something he'd take as his intro. And his intro would he really be walking out of a bagel store on top of Hassan. We can do that later. We can absolutely do that later. And I figured out how we can do small head Hassan. We're gonna have golf ball head fucking Hassan, like the fucking Koopas from the Super Mario movie. He plays into the stereotype of it. All right, fuck it. He's walking out of a big. He is walking out of a bagel shop in New York, uh, called Oy Vey Bagels and More. Here, let's do that. Took Subaru a few times. Yeah. Yeah, it's fucking wild how there's actually quite a few people that actually have worked out that way, or companies that have worked out that way, where the um for example, Subaru and Saab are competitors. Saab is way ahead of everybody else, and then they get bought out, and then they just fucking disappears. It's wild, man. Absolutely wild. Who the fuck are? Hold on, I gotta log into Twitch. You stupid fucking moose knuckle! You think you're gonna come into my fucking shit and you're gonna post something? And get banned, fucking piece of shit. Get fucked. All right, sorry. I am on Twitch. All right, here we go. Kinda. Do we do that? Do we go with that? That style? I don't like that one. I kind of like that. I actually like that it's on his belt. Okay, so we're gonna like that. We're gonna use that. Subs. Changes. All right, let's try this. Want the one where he's actually eating a bagel? The styling that that of it being on his belt, I think is actually wild, because then I can use that more of like that's a prop or whatever that he can like pick up and he can use, and that's what he uses to go and fucking deal with problems. A ketamine bagel. Ooh. The Blue Mountain Jews are going to be in this. Don't you guys worry. The Blue Mountain Jews will make an appearance. That has to happen when we have fucking Nux at this point. I do need some. Got me some pretzels. Now the age-old tradition of waiting for a generation to see what fucking happens. Bagel is the Jew Ninja Star. Oh. You know what I can do? I can actually I could do a scene of him throwing a bagel like a ninja star and having a violent scene with that. Nux really likes the blue Jews. Oh, that reminds me. You know what else he likes? Yeah, I got this one on tap. Don't you guys worry about it. I got this one ready to go whenever I need it. Fuck. 1 second. What? Oh, let's do that. Let's start it up. You know what I got on ready to go anytime?
You don't understand the deeper themes behind the giraffe pussy.
Yep, that's right. We got that ready to go anytime. Not bad. Mm. Yeah, I know it's too high. Include that at the end. Uh, we'll generate again. We'll go again. Because yeah, I can't change it because the image already is skewed in a way that he's super fucking tall. Nux has doomed himself to clips anytime he reacts to your vids. Well, I mean, I'm not trying to be a fucking asshole about it. I think that's funny. It's also a soundboard, part of the soundboard on Discord. Oh, they removed it. Uh-oh. Man. All right. Well, that's a shame. Ooh. We could use that, and the mask is now just a fucking like flag on his hip. Go again. Shit. We'll go twice. Sorry, I fucked that up. Was the entire point of the giraffe pussy video to get that clip? No, it was not. The entire point was to show the chaos of the Blue Mountain Jews, and also the song was too funny to not make a video. We're going animated or realistic? We're going animated. 100% animated. The reason we're going to go animated is we can do a lot of really advanced movements with what's it called? Vdo. So yeah, if there's any videos you guys got that you want to submit for Tectone to have to watch on Sunday, you can do it on his Discord. Not a bad one. The egg is back. Yep. Tectone is back on Sunday. At least that's what he posted on Twitter. just an angry, just old dude. One more time. I'll be gracious. Looks like a 45-year-old smoker. Yeah, he looks like a 45-year-old smoker, ex-cop, like that used to be in the Marines. Like he looks like he's been through some shit, dude. Fuck. Oh Lord. You know, I want to try and get this done, hopefully by tomorrow, right? When we can finish, what I want to do is I also want to do a song for the Memes Will Never Die. I just don't know what the fuck to do for that. That's such an all-encompassing thing. I'm basically going to have to do something where every time one of you guys, each one of you guys will have a scene to input in there, whether it's for, a short minute or not. Okay. This has play. Face is fucked up. Too youthful. Is that to the tune of Tomorrow Never Dies? No, I already have the song. It's been a pre-show song for quite a while now. But it's the new version is long. I think it's like 5 minutes. It would be a pretty fucking long thing. I like it, but the style is I don't know if I'd be able to replicate that style, and it's not really what I'm going for, but it's a pretty good like illustrated style. That's a little too clean. Fuck it, one more. Extended version of Memes Will Never Die. Yeah. I'll you know what? I'll let you guys listen to it for a minute. I don't remember if I fucking submitted it or not, but yeah.
to the thought right through. 'Cause every idea's a lit new fuse, a whispered joke they can't undo. The memes will never die. You can try, but you can't take them away. Ooh, oh, the memes will never die. You can try, you can fight, but you can't take them away. We used to die in the cold. Now we die from disease. Next we'll die in the holes, and then we'll die in the seas. But all that matters is the meme. First we had empires, then we had gold, then we had nation stories told, then we had idols on a screen. But the only truth we've ever seen is the memes will never die. You can try, but you can't take them away. Ooh, oh, the memes will never die. You can try, you can fight, but you can't take them away. Memes will never die. Yeah, memes will never die. Memes will never
Yep. And that is Memes Will Never Die. It's pretty fantastic. I really like it. This is the vibes I'm going for right here. This right here. I don't want him always carrying a bag, but that is definitely the vibes I'm going for. And then what we'll do is we'll make an action scene real quick. So I need what's he gonna be doing? Right? So he's gonna fight some motherfucker. Who's he fighting right now? Who do we want him to fight? Who do we want him to beat the fucking piss out of? We're making a Nux music video. He is in a subway. Subway in New York. Fighting Khomeini. But let me see if I can. I don't even know how the fuck. All right, let's see if we can get. Oh, piss. Forgot to get the reference. There we go. Right, Miskiff? Miskiff's not worth putting in there. This is something that's going to last a while, right? So what the purpose of this is to get stuff and memes that are going to last a while, and they're not of the moment, right? I don't want things that are just for now. I want something that's going to last a little bit longer, memes wise. Like, for example, he's been able to keep going with Cryo Trump because it's funny, or Hassan because Hassan keeps being fucking wild. Oh my lord. Oh, he's gonna fight Khomeini. Did Claws and Laws ever get done? No, Claws and Laws has been delayed because Donut has continued to push it back, and he said he wants to do it. So if he wants to do it, then we'll do it. If he doesn't want to do it, whatever. Hope it never will. It's generated again. I click generate and then boom, this one's fucking perfect. All right, so check this out. Let's do a new folder. Ducks. Hey. We're gonna save this in there, all right? And now we're gonna take this. I'm gonna show you guys how Vido works. So what you do? Take your thing, go here, boom. Let's get a good 14-second fight sequence out of it. I think we can do that. H.265 Pro. They for Ducks pulls out a bagel and throws it, hitting his enemy in hand and setting it for rushing forward. And pounce, but ultimately lots of camera. All right. There we go. When he wins, he turns into Trump. Oh no. Why is he fighting a Jedi? I mean, you tell me. They are sand people after all. Oh, that reminds me. I have to. I know everybody is fucking in my Discord has seen this, but I have to. I have to. This is too good. This I was laughing so fucking hard when I saw this. Just one more time. Still so good. It's so good. Oh god. Is giving them lightsabers out of the question? Maybe. For now. Please brutality. It was the funniest. It's so good. It's so fucking funny. Like I saw that last night. I was dying. Oh, you know what? Oh, I can't show that one. Not on YouTube. That one's gonna get that'd get me fucking that'd get me in some trouble. There's another one that if I do a kick stream, kick only stream, I'll show you guys. I said it again, not a lightsaber. If I could get away with it, it'd be a big fucking like light up purple dildo or something. Like it wouldn't be an actual lightsaber, it'd be something like ridiculous. So it has to be. That's the way it is. Fuck. Where is it? I'm gonna post it in Discord. I think I did post it earlier, didn't I? Let me see. I'm gonna post it in general because fuck it. Can't watch that on stream. Saints Row 3 was played on YouTube, Twitch. I mean, yeah, kinda. Kinda. Here is a coin ninja star of David. He does. Made out of pennies. So let me show you guys. Let me show you guys something. Vidu, I'm gonna turn down the fucking audio because it's fucking terrible. But just understand, Vidu is able to do some shit. Like, it gets action. None of that's cut. None of that's like put together. All the Tectone ones were one, I had to do a bunch of generations and I spliced together to get the best ones. And I was going to keep that and I'm going to use that in a video, probably in the Tectone, what's it called? The Vietnam one with Tectone, and I'm gonna have that be a dream bubble. It's just gonna it's gonna be there and it's gonna pop up on the screen. I'm gonna make the edges all fucking hazy and shit, and then that's gonna happen. Then something's gonna wake him the fuck up, and then he's gonna realize that it was a fucking dream the whole time. Yeah, but Vidu could do some shit. So we're gonna see what we can get with Nux here. It's expensive. It's very expensive. Is it worth it? In my opinion, this is the only way to get action without things getting all sorts of fucked up. I've seen lots of people posting videos of like sword fighting and stuff, so we're gonna see what it does with like fucking like martial arts. So we're about to find out. We're gonna see Nux beating the piss out of fucking Kamani. I don't know. I don't understand why people are here's the thing that I always get frustrated with when it comes to AI. Why does everyone just go for the same familiar shit? Why do so many people not create something new and unique? You know? Like how many people are creating like the AI Asmongold character that I have? Everyone is just saying, "Oh, hot girl in dress, girl in school uniform, Deadpool, John Wick, whatever." It's like, what the fuck, dude? Like, why can't people have something that's a bit more creative? And I understand that they choose not to, but like, I don't know, man. It's wild to me. I want to see people be more creative with their characters and more wild with their designs. And more often than not, people will put thought and effort into villains, and that's cool, right? That's awesome. But it's like I just the lowest common denominator, sure, sure. No, I get that, but it's still I, I don't know, man. I've just seen too many AIs where people use already existing things and barely enhance them, and I just don't see people that really use their imagination to their fullest extent. The Amelia meme coming out of the UK, yeah, that's a perfect example, right? Like, I don't want to make anything with that. I have no desire to. Like, everyone's doing it. Why would I want to? Like, it's so easy and it's so simple that I have no interest in it. But like, if Bigfoot vlogs, there you go. Thank you. And I guess that's kind of my problem, right? I bet that if I had started doing Bigfoot vlogs or the Stormtrooper vlogs and doing that sort of shit early on, maybe I could have gotten a little bit more traction with my channel. But the thing is that I don't really care, right? Like I don't want to do the same thing that everybody else is doing. Like, what does that get me? It doesn't get me anything. It's not interesting. It's not creative. It's not unique. I want something that's unique and different. I don't want to do the same. Like, how many other people are gonna do border buds with checkpoint rim job? Like, let's be fucking real. How many other people are gonna think of some stupid ass concept like that that isn't somebody like Flash Gets or whatever the fuck that are out there, creating that are on that more creative level already? They're overused now. You ignore a lot of them. Yeah, and that's the thing, right? They get overused. They're overly popular, and everyone just does their own version of it. And that's the problem when it comes to AI. Is everyone wants to reuse things like that way too much instead of creating something unique and different. I feel like everything that I do is so unique in its styling and approach that you guys can probably tell when it's something that I've done versus others. We'll see. Why you want to make music on how to cook, then do videos with it? Yeah, I mean that's a unique idea. That's a great idea, and I think you could do great with it. But it's just I just don't I have no desire and no interest in doing anything, crazier. Like what do I have to gain? Like, realistically, I don't gain anything. It's short term, I guess. Like, listen, I've been gone for what, better part of a month, and I still have plenty of you guys the same viewer count that I had before. Then I now have the same viewer count that I had before, and that's fine with me, right? That tells me that I have an audience of people that appreciate what I do, especially when I do it live, and it means a lot. It really does. But the point I guess I'm really saying is you guys aren't here because it's just the same old generic things. You guys want to see something wild and different and crazy and special. You know what I mean? It's not it takes things to a different level. It takes things to places that nobody else is really going to. And if there are people that are going to those places, I mean shit, I am broke as fuck, right? But I'm still delivering premium content that I've been fortunate enough to be able to continue doing. I don't see anybody doing that. I see people lamenting credit usage and how terrible it is, and I'm just thinking, okay, how do I get more credits? Right? I'm not sitting there complaining about why I can't do something. I figure out how I can do something. and that's all I really that's all that I care about. I want to be able to keep doing it. Because there's no purpose in doing something like this and not continuing to flourish and in doing things. Uh, If they did it, it wouldn't be special. Yeah, it's just I just don't. I guess I think too highly of humanity. I think very low of humanity, of course, but I guess I think too highly of people in a creative space. Hey, Nectar, what's up, dude? But it's like I guess I don't understand why other people aren't in that creative space so much. Everybody is just doing the same thing. I'm frankly I'm very surprised that I'm the only person that started it, that started doing this. I'm very surprised that somebody didn't do it immediately, but here we are. It is what it is. I did also, for those that haven't heard, I did actually hear that uh Asmongold will not watch any of my videos, and he does not want to make me famous for a litany of reasons. But for those of you that do partake in his chat, I would ask that, and I have seen some of you guys try and ask him to watch stuff. Ask that you refrain from doing so. I've said before, it doesn't matter if he watches what I do or not. It doesn't matter to me at all, right? Has nothing to do if he watches any of my content. I've said for a very long time, all I care about is at least one person watches it and one person enjoys what I do. That's all I care about. As long as I can improve one of your lives by being entertaining and fun and doing something wild and making you laugh, that is all that I care about, right? I don't judge myself based on if somebody watches what I do. I don't judge it based off of what other, if anything really. It doesn't matter to me as long as I can make one person enjoy themselves a little bit more in the moment. That's it. That's all that matters. He watches tons of other AI crap and worse crap. Yep, I know. And he won't watch it. He will never watch what I create, no matter what it is. I could create the greatest thing known to man with AI, and I could get all the views in the world, and he will still never watch it. Doesn't matter though, because I'm not. At the end of the day, I'm not doing it for him, right? If he wanted me to do something for him, he would have to pay me to do something for him. Outside of that, I do it for me. Everything is all about doing it for myself and for my enjoyment, and also for your enjoyment. That's it. I don't care if he makes me famous. It doesn't matter. I have a core group of really cool dudes. You guys are all awesome. It doesn't matter. Did he say why? He thinks I'm making fun of him. He thinks that I hate the Jews. Apparently, he probably watched it offline. That's why I think that's why he doesn't like it. But again, to me, I thought it was pretty clear that everybody gets hit equally. I don't just pick on people. Like, yeah, maybe in the next episodes he gets a few extra, nudges in the ribs just because he's a Jew and it's funny, but like it- it's fine. Legal Mindset dropped you in one of the latest streams. I know, in Legal Mindset, he's a fantastic dude and he's a joy to talk to. But for me, it's I find it funny to see people's reactions to things, right? Legal Mindset, he enjoys what I do. Tectone, Nux, Donut, they enjoy me putting them in their content. I guarantee you that if Charlie ever actually watched anything, I bet he would be very upset that I ever included him in the series. And Asmongold doesn't like it. So it's Legal Mindset's getting shit on. Yeah, and it's unfair. He is getting the mob that has been obsessed with life ruination against Tectone are the same people that are going after him, and they're directionless, and they're just going after everybody and fucking as many people over as possible. Yeah, Mindset Legal. Yeah, absolutely. Charlie would hate it. Charlie would fucking hate it. In fact, Charlie is such a fucking clown. He may end up becoming a villain. He may swap sides because of his clownish behavior. So, yeah, there's that. Some people can't tell the difference between good nature shots and malice. Yeah, Yeah, I think the biggest one is the fact that his early character, I didn't spell it out enough. Right, because I wanted to leave it ambiguous, but, like, the first 3 episodes, really his original character was meant to be him in his later years having owned a McDonald's and following through with put the fries in the bag. That was the original concept that I came up with, and that's what I originally was going for, and I thought it would be fun, right? But then I saw the Cyrax, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I see that now." In Asmongold, I remember the recent thing of Cyrax getting arrested. Asmongold saying, "Please stop tagging me in this." So I think that he thought I was making fun of him when that wasn't what it was. So is what it is. Stop listening to to a word Charlie said when he said that parents. Yeah, yeah. No, I see. The only reason I ever even watched Charlie is when he's talking about the Pokemon hustlers. Really, because those are always wild to like. I'm surprised that that even exists in our timeline. That's kind of the only reason I ever watch it. But yeah, no, Asmund doesn't like it, so if you guys want him to watch it, chances are he is never going to. I know he's never going to on his streams. If he does on his private time, maybe he will watch it from his Reddit, but even then, chances are extremely high that he is just going to ignore it or have a mod delete it. So, is what it is. He's good when it comes to video games, not when it comes to politics. Yeah, it is what it is. It'll be a good opportunity to make Moist a villain in Vietnam and see his Charlie half Asian. That's not a bad idea, actually. Not a bad idea at all. We are almost done with our fucking generation here. Holy shit, dude. Refresh the fucking page. Apparently it's been done for a little bit. All right, let's see what we got. Holy. I mean, uh, dude, for AI, that ain't bad. Oh shit. Dude, this is wild. Yeah, the second one I think is the best. Excellent. Fucking wild. Watch one again? All right. And we don't care about the audio. The audio doesn't fucking matter at all. The legal, oh, dude, the legal is fucking insane. That's crazy, dude. We have. That's insane. We have action combat in AI. Holy shit. Now listen. I I'm of the opinion that we were going to get action at some time, but like this is something else. This is fucking wild. Almost look like Street Fighter fights. Yeah. Okay, so now we need another scene. So he is in a okay, so where we want to have like a large fight, right? How long did it take to generate? A few like 10 minutes, 8 minutes, something like that. It's not bad. Like video here, I'll show you an example. If I show you the example, it's going to get flagged, so I'm going to have to put it in here. Give me a second because of copyright. Okay, so check this out. Turn it down a little bit. Just doing something like that. That took 20 minutes, I think, off of Kling to generate. But that's also an almost 30-second fucking clip. So an armored pig into battle. Does Nux eat bacon? Does he eat bacon? Okay, then him riding an armored pig probably is the best idea. uh, legally. Also, people that don't fucking eat bacon, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like that's a, I don't care how cool you are not eating bacon, man. That pussifies you to some pretty serious degrees. But that's the whole point. Pigs are friends, not food. He can touch them, can't eat them. Oh, he can't. Oh, pigs are friend, not food. I disagree. Let me like just so you know, piglets. Piglets are the best bacon. Verifiable. If you ever go pig blasting, the ones that are 20 pounds and under, preferably the 10 pounds and under, the bacon that you can get from those, woo, that is some good shit. The big ones, as soon as they get over about 50 pounds, they start to taste as bad as they smell. They're fucking vile. That's for wild pigs. That's not for like fucking farm pigs. Right? And the wild pigs is just because they eat fucking anything and everything. And the farm pigs, I mean they eat everything in front of them, but usually it's better curated than fucking that. That's sick. It's not fucking sick. I can't show anything on stream, at least on YouTube. I get banned, but like doing fucking deprecation work is not sick. What you gotta do to make sure that farms aren't getting fucked up by all the hogs, and you gather all the bodies and you burn all the fucking pigs in a field, and if there's something that you want to take from meat or you want to butcher, then you take it. But more often than not, you're gonna burn most of them. Fuck it, right? And the little ones are usually the ones that have the best bacon. It's a fact. Don't like where your pigs or where your meat comes from or your food comes from, then don't even fucking talk to a hunter. just saying. Yeah, no, the piglets are fucking. They're the best bacon. Nux also said he doesn't care if people eat bacon. No, I mean he's a reasonable human being at least. Mhm. No, I don't think it'd be funny. Just, but okay, dude. Um, yeah, dude, I gotta read generations. because it's gonna be anime now. It's fine. All right, so we're gonna do another action sequence. Okay, so he's gonna be all right. We can do like Central Park or something, right? So that's fine. But who is he fighting? Who is Nux gonna be fighting in Central Park? Or like at the base of a mountain or something. Like who what would he be doing? Hey, avidly, thanks, dude. I appreciate you. You have been witnessed. That is extraordinarily generous of you, man. Uh yep, yeah, that would be great. I what would Nux what would be the massive amount of people that Nux would be fighting? What would he be doing? The I can't do anything with PDF people. Can't do it because getting that concept across, can't do it. Ghost of Alex, no, I don't care about him. He doesn't fucking matter. He's gonna matter for FU. I'm talking about something that's symbolic of a long running thing, like something that's gonna continue after next week, right? I don't care about something that's just gonna be a current event. I don't want it to be a current event. It needs to be something that's gonna last. And I don't want him to be fucking just beating up fucking desert people. He needs we need to pick somebody else that he's gonna beat the fuck up. Uh Demons. What fits with his lore? Woke Jews, lizard people? Okay. Okay. He is in Central Park and surrounded by a group by 9 lizard people wearing suits and shirts with the Democrat National Party on them. There we go. There we go. Lizard people with fucking DNC shirts or Democratic National with Democrat written on them with a um rainbow elephant. There we go. What about the UN? Uh that is the wrong party, motherfucker. Convenience subways are good. Yeah, no, him beating up sand people is fine. There, does that work? They're just fucking around and then he's just gonna beat the fucking piss out of them? I mean, this is better, but it's not the reference that we want. Furries? Well, lizard people in that look like this. I mean, it works. We only need a couple. We need just, I think 2 fight scenes is enough. This one or this one? This one, he looks like more of a badass, but this one, they have the fucking rainbow elephants. Aren't they the donkey? I don't fucking, I don't pay attention to that stupid shit. Hold on. Democrat Party. They're the donkey. All right. Fuck it. I don't fucking donkey, elephant, they're both fucking retarded animals. Actually, that's not true because elephants kill Pajits, so that is a good thing. Don't know, don't care, fucking both exactly. They're both fucking awful shit humans. They are, but it makes them look dumber. Yeah, that's true. All right. It could represent the Uniparty. Okay. Elephants are Pajit tanks. Yeah, pretty much. All right, we like that. Kind of like this. Hey Larry, what's up, dude? All right, so now image to video. Duration to 16 seconds. So we'll do 4. Makes forward and hunting water. Oh, aren't in the face. Okay, breaking is then focus works. Stop it. Hate and the letter I also. See what we get. See what we get. If he put the max on, would he power up? He puts the mask on when he uses guns so that he stops the fucking blood from getting on his face. He always uses the fucking shotguns or handguns. That's another scene that we're gonna do is him rushing in and shooting at shit. Actually, I don't even know how guns are gonna work. We'll try it. So here's the thing. There's a lot of shit that we're gonna do. And right now we're just getting a couple action scenes There's a lot of stuff that we're gonna use, not necessarily as B-roll, but there's stuff that we don't need to be like super fast-paced fucking action. Got a dual wield Jericho's. We can do that. It's actually not a bad idea. It's really not a bad idea. I'm trying to keep warm. You know, my house is doing pretty good, and I was actually too warm with my snuggie on. I took it off and put on a shirt. These things are actually really nice. It doesn't matter if it's hot or cold. They do, you know, they're pretty good. I know a lot of these sorts of like shirts, they're either like too hot or they're too cold, but these are pretty good in a wider range of conditions than normal for, you know, dress shirts like that. Yeah, but we can do a scene of him dual wielding fucking Jericho's. That'd be really easy to do, and then I'll set it up where he's like walking into a room and shooting people. And I think that actually will cover it. Yeah, there you go. There's a little sneak peek of something that happened. Uh, is outside of where would he be outside of? Right, like where would he be where he's gonna go in and fucking like blast people? Where would he be? Like, what's a good generic like thing of like of a group of people that he hates that's not sand people and that actively try and fuck with them? Oh, I know. News broadcast station that has a door with hammer and sickle painted rainbow colors. Yeah, that sounds about right. Planned Parenthood. Oh no. Hey Brando, what's up? Uh, doing okay. Better than I was earlier in the month. Better than last week too. Call me lizard people would be hilarious. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to keep things like violent, but also not directly at people or towards people that aren't going to get mad or that can't do anything about it. Like fucking Kamadi getting the fucking piss beaten out of him. Are we going to Hassan's big gay commie mansion? No. Funny how one of the generations actually look like normal Nux. Yeah, I know. The thing that sucks though about it is like I really hate that I took so long to work on myself when I couldn't afford to have done that because now yeah it's just fucked up quite a bit, but it's fine. I'll figure something out. I probably shouldn't have done that though. It would have been smart. All right, so we got this processing. It'll be done here in just a minute, but um, let's see what we got for our other video. Uh, try again. Let's go again. Not good enough. Crazy to have seen a realistic Asman and tech thinking the channel surprise you. Yeah, I'm not doing that again, by the way. I only did that once. I'm not going to deepfake anybody for an actual mainline episode. Like a music video like that, okay, fine, whatever. But I'm not gonna actually like do anything where they're gonna be doing actions and crazy shit. Because I don't want like the one with Asman where he goes to Chipotle. Okay, didn't it's funny, and it's wild, but with something like I guess all of this shit with Tectone is pretty good proof of people will cling on to anything to hate and they will use anything to hate. So something like Truck Nuts is funny, but it's relatively inoffensive, right? But put him if I did, like let's say that Tectone was the one that was like Nux, and I made him the focus of something like Ketamine Dreamin', and I put his actual person in there. You can bet that he would get a ton of shit for that over and over again. So yeah, we're not doing any more deep fakes. It's not happening. That was also to prove a point. So uh, shirts and suits that look surprised at the entrance and before they can react, next starts shooting. The camera focuses on firing shells hitting the floor, impacts on the enemies, uh, and muzzle flashes. The scene ends with the camera looking directly at from just in front of the barrels of his pistols are have a faint smoke wafting up from uh works right. All right, let's see what we can get. 16 seconds out of that shit. Let's see what we get. Oh, yeah, the keyboard like that. Yeah. What you know what? So I now have a lazy boy like lounge chair that's now my office chair, right? And what I want to do is I have a wireless mouse, my keyboards, whatever, having a wireless one would be nice. But I want to get one of those fucking like lap boards so I can like, hang out from back here. I know the audio's scuffed, but like I can hang out from back here. I can put up the fucking leg rest and I can just fucking just relax, zone out, and fucking work on shit. Be cool. So what exactly is going on here? We're making a Nux music video. It's gonna be a time. We're getting some of the action done now, and then We're gonna work on some of the other shots. Welcome back, Alexis. Thank you. Okay, got that sorted. Awesome. Hey, Hazard, have a good one, dude. All right. Yeah, so just so you also know, Brando, we can do fight scenes. We can do it. Nux fighting a moose. I mean, I like where your mind is at, but like, what the fuck? I know. Finally, we can actually have fights. Finally, we're not limited with fucking bullshit. Okay, here we go. This is him beating the piss out of these dudes. Audio is really gay on these. That first sequence. Saving that. I could definitely cut pieces out of that. Can I cut anything out of this? Yeah, the first few seconds. What about this one? Oh, it's so nice to be able to have fucking action. It's so nice. The kick to the face was awesome. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, that was so good. Like this. Yeah, no, it was excellent. Can I? Yeah, I'm sure I can do that, Brando. I'm sure that'd be easy to do. The problem is that you have to take. There's some stuff that you can take, and with any of these action sequences, it's just like actual films where you need to cut things together. But yeah, we don't need to use just the whole scene. There's enough cuts that we can make of all the different action in order to make some wild shit happen. Like, like a single cut like this. Okay, that can be a good single cut, but most of the time you're going to be editing and stringing shit together. Let's see how it does with guns. Make him do the meme fight where he's using one hand to fight the guys and fix his hair with the other. I can probably do that with like Hassan, maybe. We'll figure it out. We will figure it out. Are those Karens? Not necessarily. I mean, they have things on them that says Democrat because he's always fighting them. This should be a pretty good one. It should be great because it actually has kinetic shit. OTK alumni falling apart. What do you mean? Just real quick. I just want to put this out there. I can understand why people get in groups to do things or make their own little groups. But every time it turns into some fucking super mega gay shit. And it's just like, we don't need to have all these fucking people together. Ms. Kiflikari and other shit with Techie. So Ms. Kif, orgs are dumb AF. They are. I cannot. I could not agree with the statement more than that. They are absolutely stupid. And here's the thing, Mizkif, he's just a little fucking angry piece of shit. Nothing redeemable about that, especially with how he acts, right? So there's a problem. And then you have Lakari, which that was a lot to even see. I don't know anything about the man, but that was enough for me to know, yep, nope, I don't want anything to ever do with Lakari ever. Have no interest to ever know anything about him. My knowledge starts and ends with the notepad. And that is kind of all that I ever want to know about him. So he's fucked. Now the Tectone thing, that's not necessarily new. That's been going on for a while. That's been something that's been ongoing. Now, I talked about it briefly before. The thing to understand about the Tectone thing, everybody's entitled to come up with their own conclusions on it, but just recognize that Pink invited Mizkif for life ruination purposes, because that was a closed hearing that no one was supposed to get into unless they're family or invited. And so she invited Mizkif and his mod to be there, who recorded it. And then immediately after, he smeared Tectone and as much as he could, trying to talk about this, that, and the other. And now she's regretting that Mizkif did that because everything's blowing back and everyone's going to new greater and greater heights. Because once the thing that you gotta think about is, as soon as you start life ruination, there's no coming back. It's somebody's life is at the end of the day is going to get ruined. Who knows whose it's going to end up being, but you can't ever pull that trigger and then expect to be able to stop it. And she thinks that she can stop it because things are blowing back on her. So however you want to interpret Tectone and everything that he did, keep in mind that fact. Also, the fact that the court that he went to is not the something like Depp v. Heard or criminal even. It's not even close to that. It's trying to get a protective order or a restraining order. An example is she could have just said, he touched my shoulder and I felt molested by that. He then has to prove an extreme amount how that wasn't a sexual advance. If he can even do that, and if the judge is even disposed to even believe what he has to say, because most of them are for the victims most of the time. So I think his is a little different personally, I know people are trying to do character assassinations on him and make him out to be like he is the worst thing ever, but he isn't convicted of anything civilly or criminally. He has an order against him. It is very, very different. It's important to understand. Women lie, they can. Absolutely. Uh, and listen, the other side to it too, and I know he probably, he would admit as such. The other side too that you have to also take into consideration is the tech tone that we all see is probably not the real tech tone. And what do I mean by that? I mean that whenever he makes a joke of, do I care about this person? Whether or not this person's a male or female is going to determine how much I care. Oh, it's a dude. Oh, I don't care. That is something and a statement that he has said on stream, but take into consideration that he says a lot of shit, and a lot of it is for the reacts, it's for the drama, it's for the bullshit, it's to play things up. So just understand that the man that he portrays on stream is probably 10x what he's normally like. Just saying. So Ms. Skip will follow the iDubbbz Rose. Yeah. But all I'm saying on it, and all that really matters is, Brando, you are correct, is to look at the facts, not the feelings. Absolutely. Understand what actually happened, as in it was for a protective order, and the burden of proof that's required for her and for Tectone, because it's wildly different if you're a victim or you're a respondent. So they're very, very different. And also just how she has chosen to act during all of this. To me, all of those should factor into whatever conclusion you choose to get to. And that is your right to have your opinion, whatever it may be. You can believe whatever you choose to. All I ask, especially of my audience and those that are here regularly, is to at least use a little bit of critical thinking when it comes to any of this. And don't just try and jump the gun with a popular opinion. I would ask that you at least do some investigating and reading and do your best to think of things in an impartial light. So, like he said before, he is much less outgoing on stream. He apparently is very relaxed and not a crazy bug going off stream. Yep, I would believe that. I have not met him, but I would believe that 100%. The retard watches, yeah, yeah. But I'm just all I'm saying is and it's the case with everything. Here's another example. Alex Preddy. How quickly did people flip-flop over and over again about that man? Whatever your beliefs are on the subject, it flip-flopped so many fucking times. Everyone wanted to rush ahead without all of the facts. Every single time. I'm not going to talk about the case. All I'm saying is it's another instance where people let their emotions guide their judgments, and they don't think about it until all of the facts are out there to say definitively which way one to say, what happened, and making your own conclusions from there. Nothing is ever gained by jumping the gun on anything, ever. Just if you have opinions on something, that's great, but don't ever try and make an opinion or make a judgment half-cocked. Have all of the facts available before you try and do that. That's it. That's all I'm saying. All you needed to know with Brady is he got into a wrestling match when armed. I mean, the photo, no, like there's the Photoshop job. There's a lot of stuff that they did. Absolutely, like all of it is pretty fucking wild. But the end of the day, all that anybody should care about is now that most of the information, at least enough information to actually make a rational judgment on it, and not an emotional one, but a factual judgment, can now look at what happened and judge it for what it is. As soon as it happened and it changed by almost by the fucking minute there in the beginning, of what the narrative was. A lot of people have a lot of tweets and a lot of posts and a lot of articles and a lot of videos that they probably regret making now because they made stuff without looking at all the facts. It's kind of wild, to be perfectly honest. Never go off half cocked, 100%. Yeah, absolutely. So, if whatever, however you view it, just know you got to know it all. It's the same. You just love that Trump publicly dunked on the P320 as a result. I didn't see that, but that's amazing because that is a piece of shit pistol. I don't think I've ever used a handgun that felt more like worse to actually use than that. That is the worst piece of shit design in the known universe. Holy shit, dude. Come on. Been arrested for like, yeah, zero. It's okay. You know what? I will say something about it. If you choose to go to a protest or anywhere, it is your right to be armed. Absolutely. But if you are an agitator and you are armed, regardless as to what happened, you will be treated in a far more harsh manner than you otherwise would have been treated because you are part of the problem of creating an absolutely immense amount of stress and pressure on people that are trying to keep the peace. So, if you're going to start shit and you have a gun, either use it or make sure it's not on you. Those are kind of your only real two options because as soon as you start to really go crazy, there's as soon as and you kick off and you cause problems and you have a gun on you and people don't know what's going on, they're already in a crazy high intensity situation. Bad shit happens. So you can legally be armed, and I encourage people to have, to practice self-defense in their Second Amendment. But just know, if you're going someplace and you're going to start shit, probably not a good idea that you went there armed in the first place. I would say about Texan is all this could have been avoidable if he would just have his meds. That's all. I disagree. I actually disagree entirely. As somebody that was heavily medicated and maybe still needs medication, I can tell you for a fact that that's not necessarily true. Uh, Meds can make things worse. They can. So let me give you my anecdote. Okay, it's just this is in medicine and medical stuff. It's different person to person. Let me just give you my anecdote about it. When I was younger, my mom thought I was uh all kinds of special needs, and that's because she didn't know how to be a mom. She decided that medication is how she was going to parent a child instead of learning how to be a parent. And that's the feeling that I get from a lot of it. Now, if that wasn't the case of it, okay, maybe there's something different, but that's generally the way that I've been looking at it throughout my life. And she made the choice to get me medicated. I didn't know any better when I started on medications, and I was on some pretty fucking hardcore shit throughout my childhood. A lot of it fucked me up pretty good. A lot of it did things like ensured that socially not too great there. It did a lot with my body and the way that I developed. There's a lot there that happened, and I know that from my dad and my brother and other people talking to me is when I was on my medication, I was a zombie. I zoned out. I wasn't really there. It was all sorts of shit. I remember my dad thinking that I didn't need it and fought in court about getting me off of medication. After a lengthy court battle, he was able to get it so I didn't have to take my medication if I didn't want to, and he withheld my medication, and I was slowly, I guess, detoxed off of the cocktail of shit that I was on. Now, during this time, my mom, she thought I kept taking my medicine. She kept giving it to me and telling me to take it. I didn't fucking take it. And then one day she found out I wasn't taking it, and she made sure that I actually took my full dose of like 5 or 6 fucking pills. Uh, on the way to, and that was in middle school when that happened. I remember that fucking day because I remember getting on the bus to school, and I saw like fucking flaming chariots in the sky. The telephone poles were turning into bats. I saw like the roof coming off the fucking school bus and like the galaxy above. Like that was a fucking trip. That was gnarly beyond belief. I have never experienced anything like that since. And I remember having to be in the nurse's office, and I was tied down. I had to get detoxed from all that shit, and it was wild. And haven't taken any medication since then. Even when I'm sick, I I very rarely ever take medication. Usually, if I'm sick, hot tea, lemon and honey. That's all I'm gonna do. The only time that I actually did take medication, now that I think about it recently, was in 2020 when I got COVID. I felt like I was going to die. Didn't go to the hospital. Couldn't bring myself to do that. And so my dad was able to call in a favor, and I was able to get ivermectin. I started that shit, immediately cleared it up. And I was so sick that I was willing to take medication. People that know me know that if I ever say that I'm taking medication for something, they know it's extremely serious because I do not do that at all. I do not tolerate that in any way, shape, or form. But all that is to say, and the point of me telling you that is that just because people aren't on their meds doesn't mean that they're all of a sudden better. That could make them significantly worse. It could be something where they're not cognitively there. Like there's a lot of bad shit that can happen. You really you can't just say that that's the reason. Now getting reevaluated or reevaluated, and maybe there's different medications that you can take to help. If that's the route that you want to go in your life, that is your choice. But I would never tell people that you absolutely have to take your medicine because a doctor tells you to. That more often than not, a doctor telling you to do that, especially when you're talking about those sorts of drugs, they like to keep you on them because they keep getting paid for it. It's, it's kind of the way it is. 80s was a lazy problem with parents, didn't want to, they just medicated them. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. It was fucking wild. But no, like I've been through the fucking gambit. There's a lot of shit that doesn't work up here that works for other people. But hey, my imagination is intact. Psychiatry is a scam, to be honest. Probably. Probably. But yeah, I just take extreme issue with anybody that says that it's because they didn't take their meds, because that is not a reason for why something happened or didn't happen necessarily like that. You can't blame that. He hadn't taken his medicine. From what people have said, he didn't take it for 20 years or something like that. So trying to say that that would all of a sudden just solve it is, I think, short sighted. But let's see what we got. Oop, that's not what I wanted to do. I mean, some of the shots are okay. It's not quite there, but it is what it is. some of these I could probably take and reuse or cut. Yeah, I can cut that. Yeah, some of these I can cut. I can cut together to work. I can do a few things here. Some of the door kick-ins were awkward. Oh yeah, no, absolutely. But like, it's still impressive that we're here. Still impressive. He had a friend who took meds that made him worse. Yeah, yeah, no, I know you. There's that too. You got a spam can of 7N6. There you go. Keep a hold of that shit. Okay. All right. I think we have some stuff. What I'm gonna do, I have to. It is my weekend with my daughter, so I do have to get to bed earlier tonight. Otherwise, I would definitely stay up. But we are going to be live tomorrow on time. Tomorrow at 8:30 Central, we are going to be live on time, and then through the weekend. So that should be pretty fucking cool. Maybe we'll put together something a little special for Tech Tone tomorrow that he hasn't seen yet. But that would be we'll figure something out. It's up to let's see. Da-da-da. Even if what a quarter pinky said was true, he needs some meds. Well, okay. So Alexis, hold on, real quick, real quick. Yeah, real quick. So about that, uh, if what she says is true, I have no reason to believe anything she said was true because she was dead set on a smear campaign, and that was obvious because she got Ms. Kiff involved. As soon as you get Ms. Kiff involved and you start doing that sort of shit, I'm not gonna believe anything that she says because she's already on life ruination. So what the fuck is she gonna make up? I can't trust a single word she says because that was her choice. In my opinion, if you don't want to deal with that shit, then you don't talk about it and you seal the entire case and not just your or not just your medical records. This is leaps and bounds above even the best combat you're able to do. Yeah, no, I know. There's a lot of stuff. The Mexican cat boy slapping Sir Beast, that was pinnacle of what I could do. Yeah, that's gonna hurt her case, even if any of it is true. Yeah, I know. So it's just gonna be it's a fucking time, dude. I feel bad for Tectone that he's going through this. Unfortunately, he chose to get with an OnlyFans girl or a cosplayer, and I understand that people think that's fun, but and also that he had the ability to get with somebody like that. But yeah, that's never something that anybody should do or go through. But I mean, at the same time, I can't. I don't know how old he was when he got with her. I have no idea. I don't care to get into that. I don't care to know the more details about it. When you're young and stupid, you're young and stupid, and that's just the way it is. But yeah, unfortunately, that he chose to be with her, and the shit turned out in a horrible fucking way, and it sucks. I personally, I don't think that any of this, if he wasn't a public figure, no one would give a shit. No one would fucking care, right? It doesn't fucking matter at the end of the day. He would still have a job. He'd still be able to do all this stuff, but because it's in the court of public opinion, far more than it is in the court that actually hands down rulings. That's the problematic part. But he is going to be live on Sunday at 9 a.m. Central, if you guys would like to catch that. So 9 a.m. Central. If you are in Tectone's Discord and there's a video of mine that he is in that you would like to see him actually watch on stream, you can submit it to his Daily Scramble. It is open again. His Discord is closed to new people though right now because of people going fucking hog wild for no good reason. He is going to be doing YouTube. I don't know if he's going to do anything else. I know he's going to be on YouTube, but I don't know if he's going to do anything else. But that's all I know, and it is what it is. Amount of self-worth you have for yourself by doing that is telling of your character. What do you mean? I have no idea what that is in reference to. So if you think I have self-worth, uh, uh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The amount of self-worth you have if you do OnlyFans. Yeah, OF creators, even some cosplay people, because they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. They absolutely know what they're doing. You don't do OnlyFans, right, Donnie? No, I do not. I do not. Probably would be able to make enough money from that anyway. But no, it's just, I don't know. Any of that's just it's just a nightmare, dude. OF is literally prostitution. It's like marrying a hooker. Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to think of how much worse. I mean, it's a hooker that fucks herself on. It's not even that. It's like a fucking low grade porn star that'd be on like those fucking shit tier websites that are like pseudo snuff with how fucking terrible it is. Sells feet pics. I do not actually. No, the only fucking whoring I fucking do is asking people to buy merch and send a few dollars either through the tips, the PayPal, or on through super chats. That is the only whoring that I do, and I try to limit that as much as possible. But I do appreciate every single one of you guys being here. You guys are all fantastic. I'm so grateful that you guys are around and that you guys give me an audience to babble on a little bit. As I usually say, I am happy that I have even just one person that's watching what I do and enjoying it. With that being said, if you guys would like to support me, there are a wide variety of ways that you can do that. There's the Patreon. Patreon's actually going to start getting stuff like some of these unused generations or the alternate generations or bad takes or things like that. So there's going to be some shit that's actually going to be on the Patreon going forward. So tiny little micro update there. The merch store, there's a lot of merch I need to fucking make and get on there at some point. We'll figure out time that we can, make stuff, on stream so that we can have. And then, yeah, outside of that, there's all the links down below. But the best way that you guys can support me is to share one of my videos. Give it to somebody that's going to appreciate what it is, or even just laugh. All I care about is that you brighten somebody's day. Make somebody else laugh. That is all that really matters. Make sure that somebody else has a better day than they were having before. And with that, I will see you guys tomorrow. And you have a fantastic rest of your morning, evening, or afternoon. Night, guys.